Hi, my name is Ann Craib. I'm 47 years old, originally from Berkeley, California, now living in Menlo Park, which is in Silicon Valley, with my husband Jim and our geriatric organic vegetable eating dog Lulu. This is the output of my self-generated garden. It's all the essential herbs that I use in cooking. We have basil, rosemary, a little bit of sage, which is going to go in the roast chicken we're about to make, garlic chives, and very importantly, the mint. This is the key ingredient for the mojito, and that is why there is more mint than anything else. Right next door to my house, there is a yard that produces everything from artichokes and tomatoes to persimmons. It shows you what is possible in my neighborhood if one is actually a devoted gardener. Sadly, I'm not. I would love to use some of the winnings from this contest to get a garden that rivals my neighbors without having to do all of the work myself. Okay, so for my signature savory dish, I'm giving you Throwback Thursday. This is salmon mousse that my mother used to make every year at the holidays. And since she's passed, I have decided that I need to be the one to bring this to the Christmas table. It's a pretty simple dish. The inspiration that my mom had came from Julia Childs circa 1961, but it actually tastes really good. People love it at parties, and so we're gonna give it a whirl. The most nerve-wracking part of the salmon mousse process is getting it out of the cute little ramekin onto the plate without completely destroying it. That's what I'm gonna try and do now by running a knife around the inside, trying to loosen it up, and turning it out on a plate. Alright, turn it off. So here we have the mousse successfully turned out of the ramekin. Phew. We're gonna go ahead and plate it with some salad and cucumber, which is the old school way to do it. We're gonna try and bring it into this decade. We're gonna go ahead and put the sauce over the top of the salmon mousse. This is just kefir, cheese, milk, and a little bit of seasoning. This is a great way to hide any sins that are a result of you turning the salmon mousse out of the ramekin and anything that might go wrong. I've taken a carrot, cut it in half, used my handy dandy peeler. Gives you beautiful little tiny thin threads of carrot that are a great way to dress your salad without adding too much of an extra flavor element, but giving you the little pop of color that you need to finish it off. I happen to love my roasting pan. This, I would say, is my favorite thing that might fall into the category of a gadget. It's not really a gadget, but it's completely fantastic. And look at how shiny my husband gets it after I use it. My second favorite gadget after my roasting pan is my onion goggles. They're the only way that I can cut onions without crying like a baby. And if I decide to take up skydiving, I'm already equipped. So my inspiration for cooking was my mother, who is a completely fantastic cook. Her inspiration originally was Julia Childs, circa 1961. This has been a well-used book. When I was first thinking about what food to make for this video, I immediately thought of my mother's salmon mousse, which she got from Julia Child and used to make every holiday season. When I opened the book to the page with salmon mousse, this was inside. This is one of my, I would call it one of my earlier works of art. My style, I hope, has evolved a little bit since then, but it does tell you how long this book has been in use and how well used it was. My mom really was a great source of inspiration to me. This is my 5-pound roasting chicken. I've just given him a little bath, removed all the stuff that comes inside, and patted him dry. I am now going to remove all of his bits of fat. He has a little bit of fat. Before roasting, give him some herbs and a little bit of butter and onion and pop them in the oven. He's going to be absolutely delicious in about an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half later, and the chicken is looking pretty good. Take 5. I don't know that this is actually a gadget because it does the same thing that any other bottle opener does, but it does it with a little extra panache, and it reminds me of my dad, who was a diehard Cal football fan. The bottle opener plays the fight song. It's a great fight song, sadly not a great football team. So another way to add color to dinner is carrot soup. This is super easy. You cook some carrots in the oven for about an hour, then turn it off.
Okay.
You're not turning it off, I can see your finger.
Boom.
You lie. Really? You're mean. Okay. So it's getting to be winter, and soup is a great way to start a meal. This is carrot soup. I took some organic carrots, roasted them in the oven, combined them with some onion, celery, and ginger in a stock pot, added a little chicken stock, and cooked it for about an hour. Put it in the blender, and voila, carrot soup. This is now a great way to add not only flavor, but color to your dinner. Pour it into a soup bowl. Add a little bit of the trusty sauce, the same sauce that we used actually on the, oh, that looks like crap. On the salmon mousse. Put on a little chives.
There you go. Now you're singing like Julia Child. This is better.
Way you go.
Yeah, just pick
Sauce looks really messy.
Just pick up those chives out there. I think you dropped one on the ground. Go ahead and put that in there. Just pick those chives up right there. Mmm, soup.
Colorful soup, right?
Tasty soup.
These are my gluten-free crackers. Recently, gluten-free cooking has become pretty important to me because of my sister Lisa, who is a major force in my life. Lisa has Asperger's, which is a form of autism, and like many autistic people, she is gluten and MSG intolerant. So I am trying to master the art of gluten-free cooking. A lot of things that are gluten-free actually wind up tasting kind of like cardboard. These crackers are pretty good, so I'm working on it. I've almost mastered it, and I would love to use this show to take the next step and really master yummy gluten-free cooking. This is Lulu enjoying her organic quinoa, vegetables, and egg dinner. Bon appetit, Lulu!
To close, I thought I'd give you a few things I've made recently. My Fun, that's MAIFUN noodles with some vegetables, some poached chicken and vegetables, grilled vegetables. We love using the grill outside. It's fabulous. My sister Lisa and I, obviously this is at Easter, making Easter eggs. Lulu the dog, not enjoying all of her organic vegetables, and a rustic galette with apple and raisin. These are super easy. Whip up a quick pie crust, pile in some apples, cinnamon, raisins, whatever you want in there. It comes out really tasting fantastic. And to close, the healthy way, we use the leftover roasted chicken in a salad.